The Young Bucks are set to rejoin the Bullet Club, and a major New Japan star has made his AEW debut. But first, a mystery wrestler is coming to AEW. Last night, AEW would hold the Forbidden Door Go Home edition of Dynamite live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where Bryan Danielson would address his ongoing injury status. Danielson would open the show to confirm whether or not he will be able to work this weekend's Forbidden Door event, as well as next week's Blood and Guts match, which is set for Dynamite on Wednesday. Bryan would reveal that he was indeed originally booked for the Forbidden Door to wrestle New Japan Cup 2022 winner Zack Sabre Jr. in what would have been a technical masterclass. However, it was confirmed that this will no longer happen. Bryan would also confirm that he is out of Blood and Guts, with him originally set to team with Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz to take on the Jericho Appreciation Society. Instead, he will be replaced in both matches by what appears to be a debuting wrestler, with Bryan stating that this is the one wrestler in the world that he trusts to beat Sabre Jr. in a technical battle, as well as being able to kick ass in Blood and Guts. Whilst it's not yet confirmed who the replacement will be, it was confirmed by Excalibur on commentary that the surprise opponent will be a new member of the Blackpool Combat Club faction. Many names have been speculated online already, with Cesaro and Johnny Gargano the most popular choices thus far. Just as a side note, Danielson would also confirm that he will be back in the ring at some point, with many fans being initially worried after his previous retirement during his WWE days, with those concerns now squashed. But who do you think replaces Bryan Danielson for AEW's upcoming shows? Let me know in the comments down below. And speaking of the Forbidden Door, do you want to get your hands on the pay-per-view for just $19.99? Well, you can by using our Fight affiliate link in the description below, and when combined with our NordVPN link, you can even get this discount in the United States. Simply sign up and install NordVPN, switch your location to Lithuania, which is the only one that works, before using our Fight affiliate link to grab the pay-per-view for a mere $19.99 in the States. Remember that Forbidden Door goes down this Sunday on June 26th, live from Chicago, Illinois, and is a must-watch for all pro wrestling fans. Next up is a popular AEW star set to turn heel. Elsewhere on last night's Dynamite, Christian Cage would address the AEW crowd following his heel turn last week that saw him turn on Jungle Boy following the Jurassic Express's AEW tag team title loss to the Young Bucks. After the match, Cage would crush Jungle Boy's head with a concerto, ending his long-term mentorship with the youngster. Cage would speak for the first time since on the show last night, making the rivalry very personal very quickly, taking a shot at Jungle Boy's deceased father, Luke Perry, with Christian claiming that his friendship with the duo was simply to make money. Christian would then be confronted by Luchasaurus, who looked set to chokeslam him, holding him by the throat in the corner. Christian would then make reference to the former Jurassic Express member Marco Stunt, who is now out of AEW, with Cage reminding Luchasaurus what happened to him. Luchasaurus would then let go before leaving the ring together, a sign that maybe Luchasaurus could be set to side with Cage over Jungle Boy. It's worth remembering that Christian didn't lay a finger on Luchasaurus during his turn last week, and he would specifically target Jungle Boy, another hint that maybe he could be joined on the dark side by the wrestling dinosaur. Personally, I think AEW should not only turn him heel, but they should also have him unmask himself now that he is established on the roster, which could be the key to unlocking his main event potential. But what do you think will happen next in the Jurassic Express saga? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, Triple H has returned to the Performance Center. Over recent months, there has been restructuring of the NXT programming, with there being a transition to what is now known as NXT 2.0. The product is a stark contrast from its former presentation, with there being more characters that fit the main roster of WWE rather than the old professional wrestling style presentation. One of the major reasons for the shift is seemingly the medical absence of Triple H, who used to be responsible for the brand, with many of his former staff and wrestlers now being released. Well, in an update provided by John Pollock of Post Wrestling, Triple H is now back at the Performance Center and is seemingly steering the ship once again, and Pollock would tweet, "According to multiple sources, Paul Levesque was in Orlando today and spoke at the Performance Center. One of the people I heard from, Levesque stated, he's back. It is unknown what that entails, but that was the wording I was given." It's unclear if his return will impact the presentation of the current NXT product, although it does seem unlikely with the company looking for more synergy between its developmental brand and the main roster. The difference between the two often led to wrestlers being developed that didn't suit the main roster's approach, leading to complete character changes or even releases. It's worth remembering that Triple H's wife, Stephanie McMahon, has just taken over as interim WWE chairwoman and CEO, replacing her father, Vince McMahon, following following the ongoing scandal, which may have played a role in the decision. On top of this, the running of WWE Developmental had been assigned to Bruce Pritchard during Triple H's hiatus, with Bruce now replacing John Laurinaitis as head of talent relations, with Laurinaitis now on leave due to his part in the recent alleged hush money allegations. Now with Bruce having more work on his hands, perhaps he has now been freed of his developmental role. That said, it'll be interesting to see how NXT looks going forward now that Triple H is back in charge, although I wouldn't expect the return of the black and gold anytime soon. Now let's take a look at the latest from the AEW All Atlantic Championship mini tournament. Last night's Dynamite would see the final qualification match for the inaugural AEW All Atlantic title match, with a 4-way bout set for the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Prior to the show, Pac, Miro, and New Japan's Tomohiro Ishii had qualified for the matchup, with Malachi Black and Penta Oscuro fighting it out for the final spot. In the end, Malachi Black would walk away with the win following a roundhouse kick, taking him one step closer to the belt. Despite initial concerns regarding the new championship, it seems AEW are positioning the title to be a top mid-card belt, with the match filled with top names from around the world. But who do you think leaves Forbidden Door as the AEW All Atlantic Champion? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, All Elite Wrestling could be heading to Japan. The company's expansion into Japan has been building over the past few years, with their relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling furthering their reach into the country. With that said, AEW President Tony Khan would speak with Tokyo Sports this week, one of the country's top sports publications, where he revealed that he has plans to take things one step further. Khan would reveal that he hopes to hold a tournament in Japan at some point, praising their passionate fan base, and he would say, "I think Japan is the most valuable market in the world for AEW. There are so many Japanese fans, smart and passionate. AEW will be able to build a good fan base. I haven't held a tournament in another country yet, but I would like to try and deliver AEW to the world. Of course, I want to hold a tournament in Japan, and if I do, I would like to invite a lot of Japanese wrestlers." AEW have many wrestlers that made their name in Japan on the roster, with Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and even Chris Jericho all being established names in the nation. On top of this, they have access to the New Japan roster through their working relationship, meaning a major tournament could be in the making. But who would you book to win a Japanese AEW tournament? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, the Young Bucks have rejoined the Bullet Club for one night only. The Young Bucks are just beginning their second ever AEW World Tag Team Championship reign, having defeated Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus in last week's main event ladder match. This has led many to wonder if they will be present at the Forbidden Door show this week, especially considering their history in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, the Bucks would appear in a backstage promo last night to confirm their presence on the show, with them set to rejoin NJPW faction Bullet Club one more time. It was revealed that they would team with Bullet Club's El Phantasmo and Hikuleo to take on Sting, Darby Allin, and their cronies, with Darby and Sting later confirming that they will team with former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Hiromu Takahashi, as well as former IWGP Heavyweight Champion Shingo Takagi, both who are members of the LIJ faction. The babyface teams are set to be billed as the Dudes with Attitude. But what are your predictions for the Young Bucks' return to the Bullet Club? Let me know in the comments down below. And finally, a major New Japan star has made his AEW debut. This weekend, AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling are set to hold their first ever joint pay-per-view Forbidden Door, with both the AEW and IWGP World titles being on the line. Up until now, we've known just one match for one of the belts, with AEW's Jon Moxley and New Japan's Hiroshi Tanahashi set to wrestle for the interim AEW World Championship. But finally, last night on AEW Dynamite, the challenger or challengers for Jay White's IWGP World Heavyweight Championship were revealed. The show would see Hangman Page take on the debuting former ROH mainstay Silas Young, with the Hangman walking away with an impressive victory. After the match, Adam Cole would interrupt the celebrations, with him set to bring us some story time before Switchblade Jay White interrupted. White would then tell both men that in fact neither of them will challenge for the title, leaving many to wonder who would get the shot. This led to a brawl that saw Cole and White take out Hangman in the middle of the ring, with Cole then teasing that he could hit White with the belt, although he backed down. Former IWGP champion Kazuchika Okada then made his way to the ring to even the odds. Despite Jay White's claims, Hangman Page and Adam Cole will be present in the match, with a four-way now set, with Okada making up the final man in the match. All four men will now battle this Sunday on June 26th, with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line. But who do you think will leave Forbidden Door as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 things that you didn't know about AEW's Hook.